What is the Skis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 162 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And when there's a pay-per-view, like there is Halloween Havoc this weekend, I will be doing a separate pay-per-view review for said pay-per-views. But we're not doing that right now. We're starting off with Monday Night Raw in St. Louis, Missouri, the home of Randy Orton. But it's not Randy, it's Rhea Ripley strutting out to the ring to call out Liv Morgan and Rodriguez. Mommy wants her title back. Tiffany Stratton makes a cameo on Raw to deliver a message for Nia Jax. Jax warns Ripley to stay out of her business. I mean, plain and simple, alright, I get it. Tiffany and Ripley blindsided by Morgan and Rodriguez. Alrighty then. Interesting open. I mean, didn't expect Tiffany Stratton to show up, but here she is. We get backstage. Ripley wants a match with Liv and Raquel. Adam Pearce says, Ripley, you can't do it alone. In comes Tiffy. Pearce suggests you should team up with Tiffy. Ripley says, fine. Tiffy teaming with Ripley, signs of a potential babyface turn for Tiffy here. I know some early signs of it happening if she behaves herself with Ripley. We'll see what happens. But now we got a WWE Women's Tag Team match. And the titles are on the line. Oh my. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending those titles against Damage Control, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. Sane, nice cross-body dive to the outside on Jade. Bianca spears Io with a great sell. Io just broken in half by that. Jade nasty spinning backbreaker and a powerbomb to Sane. Champ's tag move backfires. Io pops Sane up for the insane elbow. That was really cool. Thumbs up. Jackson and Legend causing a ruckus ringside, attacking Damage Control. Belair suplex into the KOD, pins and retains. Good competitive tag team match right here. Damage Control, great work, nice selling. Both teams, nice showing off some nice tag combos. And I really like the chemistry between these two squads. I mean, Io and Kairi, very, very talented. I thought Jade looked good fighting with them. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Backstage, Adam Pearce denies Finn Balor a rematch with Damian Priest. This puts Balor in a bad mood, and he leaves while Liv introduces Raquel to the rest of Judgment Day. Carlito's got the lovey-dovey eyes towards Raquel. We'll see where that one goes. I like it. We get an entertaining, patriotic American-made video saying America needs a hero, and American-made are gonna be those heroes. I don't even remember what the heck they were doing. They're like probably lifting weights or something. Being American, you know? We get Braun Breaker feeling disrespected by Jey Uso, hence the attack last week. Breaker doesn't like Jey, in his own words, sucking off his family name. That's what he said, not me. Braun is gonna break Jey Uso, and a good video promo there from Braun. You know, sucking off the family name. Never heard that one before. Adam Pearce meeting with Bronson Reed. Pearce is impressed and a little scared of Reed's performance since arriving to Raw. Pearce doesn't want referees getting beaten up anymore. Bronson wants a match with Seth Rollins, then there will be no more referee trouble. Pearce says, see what I can do. We got a number 1 contenders tag team match. It is, or a tag team tournament, part of the tournament or something. Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa with Maxine versus the returning War Raiders. Ivar and Eric, the Viking Raiders are dead. We're back to the War Raiders, baby, the way they were meant to be. They come out with their awesome old entrance style as well with the, I don't even know. It's cool. It's good entrance. Tozawa getting absolutely destroyed with nasty knees. Fantastic selling from him. Otis caterpillars into a wicked spinning back kick. Raiders' new finisher called the Fallout. Pretty fucking cool. Eric throws whoever into an Ivar splash. It's pretty interesting. Thumbs up for that. War Raiders, impressive win right there, walking through Alpha Academy. Really solid return. I'm excited. Happy to see them back. A little sad that the Ivar singles run is over, because my goodness, was he ever killing it while Eric was off with injury. All right, well, we got the War Raiders back. Seth Rollins speaks with Adam Pearce about Bronson Reed. Seth wants the match, but warns Pearce that Bronson is dangerous and can put Seth Rollins out of action for a long time. So, a little warning there. We'll see what happens. Cody Rhodes shows up doing his grand entrance. Cody is buttering up St. Louis real nice, and then Gunther arrives. Gunther says he respects Cody. This buttering up attempt by Gunther fails. Excuse me. Cody exposing Gunther's weaknesses, playing mind games with Gunther. Cody confident he can take down another beast in Gunther. Cool meeting between the two brand champions. Confident levels very, very high, especially on Cody's side. I really like his scouting report on Gunther right there, kind of exposing his weaknesses, and Gunther was like a little bit thrown off by that. He's like, how dare you, god damn it. All right, we move on. Kofi Kingston versus Braun Breaker. Kofi, nice backflip counter, hits an SOS breaker, kicks out of that. My wife, we're watching this, she's like, that SOS move, like, what the hell is that? She's like, Kofi does more damage to himself than he does to his opponent with that move. I'm like, I know, but it looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I've never been a fan of that move either. Breaker, anti-air suplex, hits the spear for the victory. Solid matchup. Kofi, good effort. Breaker is just too freaking much right now. Woods arrives to make sure there's no shenanigans after the bell. Shenanigans happen. Jey Uso arrives to back up New Day. Jey hits Breaker with a spear and a super kick, getting revenge from the earlier mean comments made about him. A statement yeet, if you will, by Jey Uso. We get Rhea Ripley suggests to Damian it's time to shift focus off of Judgment Day and back to reclaiming the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian agrees with this statement with a hug. All right, all good right there, all good right there. We get Jimmy Uso appears in Jay's locker room. Jimmy wants to talk about teaming back up with Roman. Jay, not impressed, doesn't want anything to do with it, and walks away. We get R-Truth versus The Miz. Oh no. Truth and Miz shake hands, showing there's still a little bit of respect between the two. Flicker on the screen happens, and then Karrion Kross and friends arrive. R-Truth roll up, steals the win from The Miz. Truth with a big celebration. Miz hits poor R-Truth with a skull-crushing finale. So that flicker right there that happened, I don't know if that had something to do with the Wyatt Six, because we haven't really seen them in a little bit here now, or, like, I don't really know what that was about. But again, Karrion Kross just kind of, he's just been like a homewrecker, basically. He's trying to break up the New Day. He's breaking up Miz and frickin' R-Truth. Stop it. You stop it right now, Karrion. Main event time. It's a tag team match. Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez with the Judgment Day. Tiffy and Rhea arguing with each other as Raquel tosses Liv onto them. That was a great visual. Just while they're screaming with each other, you could see them in the background just setting up the move, and Liv is just like so happy to hit that move on them. Thumbs up. Riptide connects on Liv, but Raquel makes the save. Nia Jax attacks Ripley. Match is disqualified. Boo. Nia checks on Tiffy. Rhea tries to slam Nia, but Raquel and Morgan attack from behind. Nia Jax, with the final laugh, destroys Liv Morgan with the Annihilator. Jax tells Tiffy, cash in on Liv right now. She's down. But it's Dirty Dom to rescue and get Liv the heck out of there on a potential cash-in. Pretty solid main event. The DQ finish was not awesome, but at least that cash-in attempt was pretty good. I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh shit, that's a really good attempt right there. That was nice, so I like that. And building up 3 storylines at once with Liv Morgan. You got Nia, you got Ripley, you got Tiffy, and yeah, so very well done. And that's the end of the show. Lots of building towards Crown Jewel, of course. Cody and Gunther having a cool first round of mind games. Bronson and Rollins is set, mostly, I would say. I would say that's going to happen. Jimmy begins the process of recruiting Jay back to the family. That's inevitably going to happen, just going to take a little bit. Truth and Miz still beefing with each other. I don't know if that's going to continue much longer. Breaker attacking Jey Uso yet again. Wrestling solid, a little bit tag heavy. But I am amped up that War Raiders are back in action and in a tag team tournament. The tag division is pretty damn strong, and War Raiders are a great addition to that. Women's tag title match was pretty good, and so was this Raw. 7 out of 10. And we'll go now to NXT. I think they're back home now. They're back in Orlando, Florida. New North American champion Tony D'Angelo in the ring has a toast for the former champion Obafemi. The Don paying his respects towards Oba for breaking the Dawn and teaching Tony a lesson in what it takes to become a champion. Obafemi arrives to the celebration. Oba's simple message: the title will be coming back to Femi at Halloween Havoc. Oba tells Tony his family won't be there for him next time. Oba spins the wheel and it lands on tables, ladders, and scares. Oh, fuck yes. Let's go, baby. That is going to be a ton of fun. I cannot wait for that match. Good way to open up the show for me. I'm happy. We get Stephanie Vacour versus Ren Sinclair with no quarter catch crew. Ren shows off some fancy new butterfly submission maneuvers. Pretty cool. Vacour using her knees to bash Ren's face into the mat. Ren selling right there is awesome. Vacour running corner knees and a mean package backbreaker picks up the W. Ren with a good effort against a very, very tough opponent. I was surprised it wasn't just like a straight up squash. Vacour, impressive physical performance. Really solid debut right there. And then Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez jump Vacour after the bell. Julia to the rescue for Stephanie. So probably a tag team match incoming next week. But now we get a gentleman's duel, which is interesting rule set. It's kind of like old school wrestling rules. You can't go over the ropes. There's a 3 count instead of a 5 count for the thing. And there's no fighting on the outside. So yeah, pretty much old school wrestling rules. Lexis King versus Ora Mensa. It's King using the rules to his advantage. Mensa sweet flip kick knocks King off of the top rope. That was very nice. Mensa counters the coronation into a pinfall duel with King. I see. Okay, so they get in a big old duel. I understand. My writing sometimes is fucked. Lexis with a ridiculous pin. Mensa can't get out of it. Lexis wins the gentleman's duel. Good match right there. Lexis using all 4 limb rule. That was good. So apparently if your hands and feet are on the mat, you can't be attacked. And I like the way that he used that to stop Mensa from hitting him. He's like, please stop. Good match. Overall, some stiff strikes from both. Good chemistry I felt in this one. 7 out of 10. We get Wesley yucking everyone's yum backstage. Javon tells Wes to relax. Wes does the opposite and explodes on Javon. We get Lola Vice versus Nikita Lyons up next. Nikita back from injury. Lola hip attack in the corner. Jada Peka arrives, causing a distraction. Lola kicks Parker to the floor. Lola gets wrecked with Parker's hip check. Referee doesn't see a thing. Nikita takes advantage, grabs the pinfall on Lola for a big return victory. A fine match, to get Lyons' feet wet, I guess, get her back in the mix. Parker and Vice continue to not get along with each other. And now we have Riley Osborne with Thea Hale versus Ridge Holland again. Osborne, nice dive before the bell, wipes out Ridge early. Riley diving tornado DDT off of the announce table, my. Holland avalanche suplex and the Redeemer grabs the W. Strong effort from Osborne, good selling, solid matchup right there. We've seen it already. Holland again goes to put Osborne through the announce table as Thea Hale screams. This time, Riley is saved by the returning Mr. Chase. Oh, fuck yeah. Mr. Chase coming back, whooping some Holland ass and saving Osborne. Hooray. We get Tatum Paxley playtime, or her playtime with Byron Saxton is rudely interrupted by Jada Parker, who's going on about her drama-filled night. Now we got Ashante, the Adonis versus Brooks Jensen with Shawn Spears. Carmen Petrovic arrives, throws a spin kick at Spears, who expertly avoids it, of course. Carmen tosses rose petals on the apron from Ashante's flowers that he gifted to Carmen earlier. Ashante in the doghouse big time right there. It gets worse for Adonis. He gets planted with an avalanche DDT, losing the match to Jensen. Woof. Rough night right there. Fine matchup though, a little bit of drama. I just don't know how engaged I am with this Petrovic Ashante thing right now. Main event time, number one contenders, triple threat match. It's Wes Lee versus Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. Ethan backdrops Wes onto the announce table. Looks painful. Javon follows up with a dive. Everyone goes over the table. Javon sliced bread number 2 on Ethan and a wicked flip kick on Wes gets a near fall. Javon awesome super cutter. Wes again kicks out. Javon tornado splash on Wes. It's Ethan rolling up Javon, stealing away the W in classic Ethan Page fashion. Oh, that was a epic steal from Ethan right there. Very nice. Pretty much on the same levels when he won the NXT title. That was a surprise there too. Javon was by far the MVP in this match. Great performance. He was all over the place. Selling was awesome. Hard-hitting strikes all around. 8 out of 10. Little banger. Trick Willie arrives for Ethan to spin the wheel, and it lands on the Devil's Playground match. Okay. So that's like, I think like a street fight kind of thing. No rules, weapons, and shit. Trick says he ain't scared as Ethan absolutely ruins Trick with a lantern, or maybe it was an urn. I don't know what that was, but he absolutely wrecks Trick with it. And that's the show. That wheel, buddy, let me tell you, that wheel was giving me the love. Tables, ladders, and scares plus the Devil's Playground, fuck yeah. Sometimes that wheel lands on some duds, but not this time. Wrestling was solid. Main event was a little banger. Not, like I said, not really into Ashante and Petrovic situation so far. It's kind of meh. Lexis King maybe getting a chance, teasing a title match versus D'Angelo. He kind of walked by and suggested it, so maybe Lexis King is up next for a title shot. Mr. Chase back to deal with Holland. Was good and needed, I guess. Like, just Ridge beating on Osborne was getting very boring and repetitive. But we've already done this with Ridge and Chase U, so we're just kind of doing the same thing again. And where does this end up? What, Ridge loses and then what? Or Ridge wins and then what? I just don't see where we're going with it. Anyway, what else we got? Mr. Chase, he's back, said that. Halloween Havoc, looking good as was the show. 7 out of 10 for NXT. And we go now to the SmackDown. I just got to find the SmackDown notes. I found them. They're in Columbia, South Carolina. Had no idea there was a Columbia, South Carolina. Congratulations. The Bloodline are in the ring, Solo talking trash about Jimmy, Jay, and Roman. Shout out to the Code Veronica remake sign. Yo, I feel you, dog. I have not played Code Veronica yet, but I would love for that game to get remade. Thumbs up for you. Solo says no Yeet and would like Roman to acknowledge him. Jey Uso arrives, the crowd explodes in Yeets, upsetting Solo. Solo accuses Jay of breaking up the family while Solo keeps offering Uso and Roman in, as long as they acknowledge Solo, of course, as the tribal chief. Jay, mad the Tongans and Fatu were brought into the family because we all know that they were trouble and Solo did it anyway. Jay won't have any violence this time. So they're just having a conversation, a little attempt, see where we're at. And Solo is in the same position. Y'all are welcome, but you got to acknowledge me. And that's just not going to happen, dog. So yeah, we really kind of just at a stalemate right now with Uso and the Bloodline. We got a triple threat tag team match up next. It's DIY, Gargano, and Ciampa versus Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford, and versus Pretty Deadly, Wilson, and Prince. Big dive from Ford, wrecks Pretty Deadly. Ciampa, avalanche, air raid crash. Montez immediately nails Ciampa with a 450 splash, gets a near fall. Pretty Deadly hit the spilt milk, or no, they did not. It was countered with Ford super kicks. Street Profits hit the blockbuster Doomsday Device and DIY hit meet in the middle. Both members of Pretty Deadly pinned at the same time. What happens? Well, the referee determines DIY pinned the legal member of Pretty Deadly, so DIY win the match. That makes sense. I'm fine with that. Really good action-packed match right here. Pretty Deadly. Sneaky little buggers, almost stealing the win a couple of times throughout this. They look pretty good. DIY and Street Profits continue their excellent chemistry. Definitely ain't over between these two squads. 7.5 out of 10. We have Jimmy and Roman. They arrive to the building. Jey Uso, still lots of tension with Roman. No Yeet. No Yeet. Nia Jax informed that Tiffy cannot compete tonight and will be replaced with Candice LeRae. Nia slightly disgusted, but accepts. Piper Niven with Chelsea Green versus Lash Legend with Jakara. Lash shows off the power, catching and slamming Piper, who is a big gal. Green's shenanigans stopped by Jakara. Lash counters, hits her wicked finisher on Piper, again displaying wicked power for the victory. A big main roster win right here for Lash Legend. Kind of odd that she's up here, but I like it. I definitely see championship potential in Lash Legend, man. She is a fantastic talent. Just a matter of time, I'd say. And Piper Niven as well. I would love to see her as a future champion. I don't know if her day will come, but I really hope it does. I love Piper Niven. Really solid match right there. Now backstage, we got Jimmy trying to relax Roman Reigns with a massage. That fails big time. He's like, "Get off me, don't you touch me." Roman tells Jimmy he's going to acknowledge Solo tonight. I was shocked to hear that. Cody Rhodes cuts a promo with the admittedly much better looking on TV Crown Jewel Championship. It's still way too big. Like, that thing is obnoxiously large. It's going on Bronson Reed. It's got to go on someone huge, right? Like, I just don't know why it's so big. It does have like 8 million diamonds and jewels in it. It's just too much. Anyway, Cody would like to win this big belt. Cody talks about the importance of being the first winner. Quality promo from Cody hyping up the championship design and the upcoming match and Crown Jewel. I am admittedly a little bit more excited for the match now. There you go. Kevin Owens video message from his home because he's suspended. Kevin is angry because all he did was attack the company's golden goose in the parking lot. What's the big fucking deal? Kevin will accept the punishment, but will not accept the attack by Randy Orton. Kevin hurt. Randy chose Cody over defending Kevin. Owens will need time to heal from the hurt and serve his suspension. Yeah. Triple threat tag team match. Another one. Number one contenders. It's Theory and Waller versus Legados, Berto and Garza versus, out of nowhere, the Motor Motherfucking City Machine Guns show up in the WWE. It's Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Whoa, dude. I've watched these guys since they first teamed up together, like 50 fucking years ago. I remember when they first teamed up together in TNA. I was like, yo, they were my favorite tag team. I love them. They're fast-paced, high-flying, like, oh, fuck yeah. So I'm a little bit excited. Legado, nice high-low and dual dive combo. Legado, even nicer 2-for-1 power slam, power bomb, and a stomp combo. God damn, that's a thumbs up. Motor City, vintage tag combos into the splash neckbreaker wombo combo for an impressive WWE debut. And like I said, I've been watching Motor City Machine Gun as a tag team way back when they, like 2007 or something, 2006. Like they've been together for a very long time, and they're both extremely talented. I don't know if they're like just showing up from TNA to have a match, or if they're actually like contracted with the WWE now. That would be super sick. But yeah, man, another good action-packed tag team match right there. Legado, really good showing. Theory and Waller, they were there. 7 out of 10. Andrade and Mello have another brawl backstage. They really don't like each other and inevitably are going to have a 37th match against each other. Naomi and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae with Indy Hartwell. Naomi flattened by a mean Nia senton. Naomi and Bayley synchronized move, pretty neat. Indy cheap shot to Naomi. Candice Lionsault pins and wins. Oh my goodness. Candice LeRae surprises everybody with that pinfall, even her own partner and herself. A solid tag team match. I mean, that was a surprise and a half. Nick Aldis announces another Mello versus Andrade match. You've got to be kidding me. It's not that bad. It's just they fought each other so many times already. But this time it's going to have a special guest referee. It's LA Knight. Yeah. All right. Roman Reigns comes out to the ring, says hello to South Carolina, and then Solo Sikoa comes out in his fighting attire, looking to kick some ass. Roman argues that Solo's actions divided the family, but Roman wants to fix this so he can have abundance. That's what he said. Solo tells Roman he knows what to do. Roman says he acknowledges Solo. Oh my god, he actually did it. Solo says, not good enough, bitch. Call me the tribal chief or else. Of course it's not good enough. Roman explodes, exposing himself to Solo as the same old Roman. He didn't expose himself like pulled his pants down or anything. Anyway. Bloodline arrive with a beaten Jimmy Uso. Roman attacks, taking out everyone, retrieves the family necklace back. Everything's okay, but it only for a moment. Then Solo hits Roman in the ding-ding. Bloodline beat down Roman. Solo finishes it off with a Samoan spike, and Fatu places the necklace back on Solo. Bloodline standing tall over Roman yet again. Pretty good SmackDown. Lots of focus, obviously, on Roman and the Bloodline. Fairly predictable situation, I would say, so far. We're just waiting for Jay to join back up, and then they will fight, and then someone will win that necklace. Wrestling solid. 2 triple threat tag team matches. I enjoyed both. Motor City Machine Guns debut. That was so key. Lash and Candice picking up big wins this week. Pretty cool. And Cody Rhodes with some Crown Jewel hype. Pretty good. 7 out of 10. And now we will go to the land of AEW. They're in San Jose, California. Moxley cutting a promo in the back of a moving truck. That's pretty cool. Moxley is disgusted with what AEW has become, warns the roster to stand down and get out of the way. All right. But now it is story time with Adam Cole, baby. He is back. Cole exposes MJF as a selfish phony with fake hair. Poor MJF, man. He's just trying to get ahead of a problem that's happening with his hair, and everyone's making fun of him. Goddamn. Adam hates MJF and wants to settle it the old-fashioned way. Like a duel? Or like what? Oh, wrestling. Of course, wrestling. MJF appears on screen, wants to leave Adam with a void in his soul and not give Adam the match he wants. Cole promises Max he will kick his ass. Great to have Cole back and going right for MJF. Oh, fuck yeah. That's going to be awesome. Chris Jericho, wants another rematch for Mark Briscoe's Ring of Honor Championship. Chris talks about Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, pissed, will give Jericho his rematch so he can whoop Chris's ass again in a ladder war match. I must see this. I want to know what a ladder war match is. I don't think I've ever seen one. I hope it's not just a ladder match. I now want a ladder war match. That's what I need in my life, so I cannot wait for that. We get FTR, Cash, and Dax versus Learning Trees, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. Bill nasty chop plus a boss man slam on Cash. FTR back on track, nail a shatter machine on Keith for the W. Solid hard-hitting tag. The Outrunners arrive to a nice pop. Outrunners and FTR with the manly handshake. Crowd loves this, and so do I. The Acclaimed backstage are greeted by MVP and Shelton Benjamin. MVP hands Caster a business card scouting out more potential talent for a new supergroup, maybe. I'm guessing. That's all. That's what I'm guessing he's doing, because he's just going around handing cards out to everybody. When are people going to start joining? Probably soon. TBS Championship match. It is Mercedes Moné with Camille defending against Queen Aminata. Aminata, nice fall away slam, sets up the hip attack, but Camille saves Moné. Boo. Mercedes in control, Meteora's Queen into the steps and the turnbuckle. Aminata, cool submission, like squishing down Moné with her legs. That was pretty cool. Kind of like a figure four thing, but anyway. Moné countered into the statement maker. Queen forced to tap out. Moné retains. Really good effort from Queen. You know, I really like her. She keeps getting better. I don't know if she ever wins matches, but she's always good. Moné, nice selling, good match. 7 out of 10. Private Party asked the Bucks for another shot at the tag team titles. Bucks, after a moment of thought, say no. In fact, Private Party can't ever have a shot at the Bucks again. Hathaway appears to tell Private Party they will lose again, then they should break up. Hathaway tells Quen that everybody knows Cassidy is the single star. Now, that is very hurtful to poor Quen right there, but you know what? There is most certainly some truth to that statement. While I'm watching Private Party, it is clear that Cassidy is the guy of that tag team. Mark Quinn, great wrestler, in-ring talent, great. He has nowhere near the confidence on the microphone, just the confidence in general. Like, Cassidy is just a crazy man. He is wild. He's very, very entertaining. And compared to Mark Quinn, yeah, he's a little bit tame. But yeah, man, that's a pretty. Someone was going to say, I didn't say it, but someone said it. And there you go. So now it's out there that, I feel a little bad for Mark Quinn because I don't know if his future is going to be all that bright. If Private Party breaks up, that's probably the end of it for him, because I just don't see him really. He doesn't really connect well with the crowds. When he does his promo part with Private Party, it's just nowhere near as hyped up or fun. He just doesn't have the confidence that Cassidy has. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. It is the Elite wishing Kenny Omega a happy birthday with a birthday cake, but then they wreck the cake, dumping organs all over it, and Okada calls Kenny a bitch. That was not nice. Not nice at all. Happy birthday, Kenny Omega. If I could get you a cake, you probably wouldn't eat it anyway, but still. Who throws organs on a cake? That's fun. It was a nice looking cake, too. Unreal. The Elite, Bucks and Okada versus the conglomeration Orange Cassidy, O'Reilly, and Rocky Romero. Okada guillotine into a Matthew elbow drop. Pretty cool combo. Bucks waste time pumping up their shoes, allowing Kyle to make the tag. Orange setting up the punch, but Wheeler Yuta attacks and the match is disqualified. Boo. Claudio Pack, Shafir, and Moxley join the beatdown on Cassidy. Elite just watching. They're like, this is fine. Top Flight try to help Orange, but fail. Dark Order, they come out. They're yelling at the Elite to do something. They fail to help the Elite do something by leaving. They walk out, and that's it. Dark Order getting choked out with belts. Moxley says it's just the cost of doing business. Moxley doing the Shield, basically, in AEW. Just a lot more violent and a lot more riddle-based conversations and promos and shit like that. But essentially, they're just doing what, a lot of these factions did. NWO did it. The Shield did it. They just come in and fuck up matches, beat up everybody. They're too big to be stopped. So, yeah, they're just doing that. Jack Perry and Danny Garcia touch heads backstage as tension builds against the Elite. All right. Leo Rush and Shelton Benjamin go up against each other with MVP. Shelton runs up the apron, knees Leon in the head, and a mean suplex on the floor. Leo, nice counter tornado DDT, gets a near fall. MVP losing it on the outside, demands Shelton finish Leo. Shelton obliges, hurls Leo with a German suplex, just hums him across the ring, kicks Leo's head off with a stiff as fuck super kick, and then finishes it off with the classic T-bone suplex. Benjamin with an impressive debut. Leo selling his freaking soul out there for him. Well done. MVP calls out Swerve, says he should have joined up with them. Swerve responds, calls MVP and Shelton mid. And how dare you? That is so not true. And they are smart for coming for the big dog. Swerve versus Shelton Benjamin. That is going to be a banger of a match right there. Can't wait. Don Callis has a press conference with Brian Cage and Lance Archer at his side. Crowd is booing the bejesus out of Don. You can barely hear him. Don says Lance and Brian will win tag team gold and then brings out Fletcher and the new international champion Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita challenges anyone to take his title from him. A very sensitive Kyle needs silence from the crowd. Kyle, not satisfied, won't tell us why he betrayed Ospreay because they're too loud. Lots of heat drawn from that segment right there. Everyone, if you're with Don Callis, you are hated. So, yeah. Backstage, we get women's champion Mariah May very upset. She hasn't had her celebration yet, and all of her competition is gone. And she calls Christopher Daniels an idiot. Well, you know what? Mariah? You've had like 5 chances to have your celebration, and you're just like, nah, I'm not going to do it here. So, that's on you, bitch. That's on you. And then Anna Jay arrives, goes to smack May, instead smacks Christopher Daniels by mistake. Poor Krath. Ricochet calls out Takeshita for a title match. Sounds great to me. Let's do it. Moxley and friends still brawling with Dark Order and Top Flight backstage before making their escape from the arena in their truck. Evil Uno, pissed, calls out Blackpool Combat Club for a fight. And now it is time for the main event. It is Jay White with Bullet Club versus Christian Cage with the Patriarchy. Nick Wayne places a chair in the ring, making Juice Robinson lose his mind. Brinsberg sees it, ejects Bullet Club, but Bullet Club's like, oh, hell no. They drag Nick Wayne along with them, so he's gone as well. That was pretty funny shit. And then Kip Sapien appears. His distraction almost costs Christian the match. Hangman distraction almost costs Jay White the match. What the fuck is with all this distractions? Christian counters the Blade Runner into the Unprettier. White kicks out of that. Another Kip distraction allows Hangman to nail White with a buckshot. Christian snags the win. Whoa, lots of interrupting over what was probably a good main event match. I wouldn't know because there's so much fucking distractions. Christian, classic heel performance. Jay White, fired up effort, throwing heavy strikes, but just an annoying amount of distractions. 7 out of 10, I guess. But a good Dynamite overall. Lots of shenanigans from Blackpool Combat Club attacking Top Flight and Dark Order. Interesting that they're choosing them. Like, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to bring Top Flight and Dark Order up. And that's fine. That's good and everything. But I doubt that Top Flight or Dark Order is going to take down Blackpool and then they'll go on to someone else. So, I don't know. Lots of rematches getting made for Wrestle Dream. Adam Cole and MJF starting their feud back up. That should be really good. Wrestling, mostly good. 7 out of 10 for Dynamite. And we'll go now to Collision. Not doing Rampage this week. Moxley, they're in Stockton, California. Moxley promo hates the AEW Championship because it represents everything he hates about the business. Moxley grants Top Flight a trios title shot, but says it'll be more like an execution. Moxley still speaking in riddles. I'm really not sure what he's talking about. Ricochet versus AR Fox up next. Fox fires up with a nice spinning brainbuster, dives over the ropes, and a shooting star dive off the apron. That was sick. Thumbs up. Fox decides to take a lap around the ring, high-fiving fans, and then runs into a lariat from Ricochet. Gotta focus, Fox. Fox, DDT, and package pile driver combo near fall. Fox, perfect 450 splash. Ricochet kicks out of that. Ricochet heel kick hits the Vertigo with a twist, which absolutely gives it a 25% coolness boost and the victory. That was a sneaky little banger right there. Started out a little but really ramped up. Got really good. Fox was great. Been forever since I seen him. I was like, whoa, it's fucking AR Fox. What's up? Ricochet, fantastic selling. Still not as much high flying from Ricochet as I'm used to seeing. I don't know. He's just not going to the top rope very much. Still a banger. 8 out of 10. Ricochet on the mic says AEW is where the best wrestle. Trash talks Takeshita and hits the catchphrase, Ricochet is out of this world. So cute. Private Party and Danny Garcia calling out the Elite for being scumbags. Well, we all know that. And we got Chris Statlander versus Harley Cameron. Harley, nice counter into a tornado DDT. This only pisses off Chris, who kicks out at 1. Saturday Night Fever connects Statlander, dominating victory. A fine quick match. Statlander calls out Camille to see who's the strongest woman in AEW. Are we going to have an arm wrestling match? That would be key. Let's do that. Trios match up next. It's Private Party, Cassie and Quen, and Danny Garcia versus Premier Athletes Davari Woods and Nice with Sterling. I got to shout out Sterling. They do they talk on their way to the ring through their entrance, and Sterling, they do the 1, 2, 3 team or whatever, and Sterling is like, don't you guys say anything after that, and then the crowd just says sucks after, Premier Athletes suck, and then the fucking mean mug that Sterling gave the crowd just buckled me. He was just so disgusted with the crowd. It was so freaking good. Love that out of Sterling. All right, let's try and get to this match. Stokely Hathaway arrives, distracting Private Party. What else is new? Garcia hot tag stomping a mud hole on Private Party. Or no, Premier Athletes. Party hit the gin and juice for the W. That would have been funny if Garcia was kicking the shit out of his own team. Anyway, Private Party and Garcia win. Cassidy, great celebration in the crowd. He jumps into them, starts air humping violently, and again, this is the element that Cassidy has that Quen does not. You would not see Quen humping the crowd. Just doesn't do that shit. I mean, you probably shouldn't in general, but Cassidy, he will do that, and I like it. But a standard trios match, it was whatever. Orange Cassidy versus Bronson of the Iron Savages with the Iron Savages. Savages calling the crowd and Orange Cassidy low T losers. This makes me giggle. Orange punches all around. Cassidy wins an entertaining squash. We get Brooke Havoc versus Jamie Hayter. Hayter unique nasty spinning slam and the Haterade, a quick tune-up match for Jamie. Penelope Ford appears on screen, not impressed with Hayter getting the red carpet treatment since she came back. Ford seeks revenge on Jamie. And Jamie's just okay, whatever, I don't give a shit. Private Party and Garcia seek help from Orange Cassidy. Orange says he's no leader and doesn't want to get involved with the Elite again. So, Orange says every time he deals with the Elite, it changes him. So we're teasing a little something here with Cassidy. I don't know what. Right now, he's playing shy, basically. He's I don't really want to get involved. But we know Orange Cassidy, out of the guys of Dark Order, Private Party, all them, Orange Cassidy is the guy. That's the guy who could take out Moxley. That's the guy, man. That's one of AEW's homegrown, one of their most popular guys. And yes, this could be the starting of the build-up for Cassidy's explosion onto Blackpool Combat Club. We'll see how that starts to build up, but I see you, Orange. We get Atlantis Jr. versus Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher throws his jacket at Atlantis, getting an early edge. Atlantis, nice dive, celebrates with some fans. Shout out to the fan with the Mexican flag. He was going fucking crazy the whole match. Fletcher throws a fake punch at a fan who totally flinched. That was fucking hilarious. I love that. Thumbs up. Fletcher rips Atlantis' mask, revealing a portion of his face. Atlantis hammerlock roll-up almost pins Fletcher. Kyle brainbuster on the apron and in the ring. Atlantis kicks out of that. And then Atlantis, cool slingshot destroyer, hits a frog splash on Kyle's back, goes for another frog splash, but it's one too many. Kyle gets the knees up. Fletcher turnbuckle brainbuster, picks up the W. Good matchup right there. Really enjoyed watching Atlantis Jr. for the first time. 7.5 out of 10. Kyle Fletcher says he will talk, and Ospreay will listen on Wednesday. We got a trios match up next. It's House of Blacks, Malachi, Brody, and Buddy versus Alpha Zoe, Chris Nasty, and Olumide. House of Black obliterate their opponents in a squash match. It's over. Moving on. The Outrunners, Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum versus Roosh and Beast Mortos with Dralistico. A couple head scissors from Turbo. Magnum, great hot tag to Turbo, who goes on a scoop slam spree. Double bicep, double elbow by the Outrunners. Dralistico trips up Turbo and holds down his foot. Beast and Roosh steal the W from the Outrunners, and their win streak is over. Oh, hell nah. But an entertaining tag match right there. Outrunners fighting tougher competition, and they look good doing it. FTR arrive to save the Outrunners and celebrate 80s style with Turbo and Truth. We got the AEW Trios Championships on the line. Claudio, Yuta, and Pac defending against Top Flight's Darius, Dante, and Andretti. Blackpool Combat Club destroy Dante in the corner with numerous running strikes. Pac nails a tombstone to retain. I was really hoping for a little bit more out of Top Flight. They got pretty fucking dominated, I will say. Blackpool continue the beatdown while Moxley and Shafir make their way to the ring. Dark Order arrive to fight off Blackpool, but it doesn't work. Mox gives Dark Order a shot at the Trios titles after Order have been beaten down sufficiently. So we have that match. Blackpool Combat Club defending against Dark Order. Reynolds taps to Claudio Sharpshooter to retain again. Blackpool continue the beatdown after the bell. Private Party and Garcia arrive to chase them off. Cassidy arrives, shakes his head, and leaves, leaving Garcia and everybody like, what the hell are you doing? And that's the end of the show. That kind of slid into Battle of the Belts, which I'm not going to bother reviewing either, because there's no fucking title matches on it. They have a contenders match and there's no title matches, so what the hell's the point? It's just Rampage, so I'm not going to waste my time watching it, so apologies. But anyway, an okay show this week. A banger from Ricochet and Fox. That was a great matchup. Outrunners continue their rise. They are very fastly becoming like the most popular tag team in AEW. Couple of squash matches for filler, the usual shit. Blackpool taking over AEW has been okay. I mean, it's already getting a little bit like samey. Like, I've seen this so many times with, big groups trying to take over companies, and like, yeah, they come out and they beat up, and at this point now, it just looks like we're waiting for Orange Cassidy to have seen enough, and then he'll explode, and then he'll actually be able to do some damage to Blackpool, because, like, no offense to Top Flight, Dark Order, Private Party, like, these guys just aren't on the level of Blackpool, so they're just getting dominated. So we'll see what happens with that. A pretty meh show overall, a little bit boring, 5.5 out of 10. And we go now to the 3 stars of the week. We got Wrestle Dream is in contention for this, so let's get into it. First shout out, I want to shout out Paige versus Evans versus Lee on NXT. Just a banger of a matchup right there. Really like the chemistry between the three. Javon Evans was an MVP in that match, really showing off how talented he is. And now for the official 3 stars, because there's just way too many. There was a lot of 8 out of 10 matches, 7.5 out of 10 matches. A lot of good wrestling out there this week, so apologies if I'm not shouting out everything. 3rd star goes to Hologram versus Mortos in the 2 out of 3 falls at Wrestle Dream. I love the chemistry between Hologram and Mortos. Just Mortos may be more impressive than Hologram, and Hologram's damn impressive, but man, Mortos, the size that he is and the moves that he's doing at the speed that he's going at, awesome. Go check out this match. A classic match. Like, 2 out of 3 falls is standard for Lucha Wrestling, so it's kind of like them playing in a very comfortable setting. It was very good. Danielson versus Moxley gets the 2nd star of the week for the AEW title match they had at Wrestle Dream. I mean, it was a very emotional fight. Danielson putting his career on the line and the title on the line. It was a brutal match. Nasty, nasty storyline being told with the damage done to Danielson's neck. Epic match right there. The 1st star goes to Ricochet versus Ospreay versus Takeshita for the international title at Wrestle Dream. Best match of the whole entire card. It was just so fucking good. So much action, so much talent in the ring right there. Like, holy crap. And really like the winner of that match being Takeshita. That was fucking awesome. Banger and a half of a match right there. Best match of Wrestle Dream. If you can only watch one match, check out that one, because it was awesome. Good enough for the 1st star, and that's the show, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry I'm not doing the Battle of the Belts thing. I looked at the card, and it just pissed me off. I'm like, I'm not wasting my time with that. It's just disrespectful to my time. It's Battle of the Belts, and you're not putting any belts on the fucking line. I hate that. They did that last time, too, and I was like, no, I'm not. You're not getting me again with that, so no thank you. And in terms of what else we got going on with the GX Plus cast, we are continuing on the month of Halloween with another Halloween-themed episode coming to you this Friday. It'll be a good one. It is going off of one of my most popular GamerCast episodes of all time, and I'll be revisiting that franchise yet again. So if you figured it out, right on. If you didn't, you'll have to wait until Friday to find out what game I'm talking about. It'll be a good one. And I'm thinking there will be one more extra bonus Halloween-themed episode on the GamerCast, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try and drop that on Halloween, the 31st, so be on the lookout for that one. HockeyCast continues on. We will be looking again at the hot and slow starters around the NHL. Now we're a little bit further in. We're getting closer to that 10-game mark, and that's when we can start to realistically identifying what teams are and what they aren't and what they could use and so on and so forth. So we'll be taking a look at that along with all the extra news and what's happening around the NHL. And yeah, wrestling recap. This weekend we have the Halloween Havoc, so there'll be an extra pay-per-view review to check out as well. And there we go, everybody. I've got a YouTube channel. I upload all these episodes over there on Gamer GX Videos YouTube channel. All the links are in the description. Great place to drop a comment. You want a question answered live on the podcast, anything about wrestling, hockey, or video games, be my guest. There's a Twitter page. Follow along over there. I put up announcements and let you know when the episodes are available. And there's an email address if you want to have a private conversation. My door is open for everyone and anyone. There we go, everybody. Thank you one more time. You the best for listening to the GX Plus Cast.